Beautiful friends from around the world, I'm your host Blackenfist, but I am joined here by your boss, your ruler, your master,
Dragon Ball Nation, bitches.
It's good to have you here because we're here to discuss and expose the fraud that is Monaka. He has been deceiving us, but it's actually more like Toriyama's been deceiving us and trolling us, but we're here to discuss the revelations that we got from Monaka in the latest episode of Dragon Ball Super. If you guys don't know, in the latest episode of Dragon Ball Super, Whis dropped a little tidbit on Monaka. It was as follows. Monaka is being used as motivation for Vegeta and Goku as someone stronger so that they can try harder in their training or in the tournament, but he's not what he's made up to be. And of course, upon learning this, I'm pretty sure many Dragon Ball fans had their hearts broken, because I can tell that in some of the comments and just reading some of the stuff that was out there, some people got pissed. Josh, what do you think of this whole debacle?
It's no surprise to me. I was saying from the beginning, well, almost the beginning, I did my whole video explaining why I thought he would be weak and the reasons. I didn't look at his physical appearance or anything. I tried to look at it as a story perspective. I was kind of thinking from pretty much the beginning of his introduction that he was going to be weak. I felt like I was kind of on the losing side of the argument for a lot of people. A lot of people thought, oh, they're just trying to deceive us.
You called this pretty much before almost anyone did, so I just want to point that out.
I'm not gonna say I'm not the only one that thought this, but I think that I did think it to a deeper degree than some. Then some, not than everyone. Don't twist my words, please. Even though Toriyama was deceiving us with his appearance, he was really deceiving us in both ways. He was trolling the entire community in this way, but I still stuck to my guns.
Speaking of Toriyama, that's a great segue because I want to talk about Toriyama and his intentions and him messing with viewers' expectations and trolling the fan base essentially into what he was actually going to do. This is something that I think is pretty unprecedented for Toriyama. I don't think he's ever played with viewers' expectations to this extent. When we were first introduced to Monaka and his character design, this little shrimp with his weird tits that he had, he completely unsuspecting, completely unintimidating. His personality was pretty dry. He was a silent guy. He pulled off the mermaid man, sleeping with his eyes open in the middle of the tournament. He completely is unsuspecting. When I first was introduced as a fan who's informed about Toriyama, I felt, oh wow, this is such a Toriyama thing to do, because he's supposed to be the strongest guy in Universe 7, and of course Toriyama makes him out to be this way because Toriyama likes to do this with his characters. He has said since the beginning of writing Dragon Ball that he likes to create strong characters that don't seem strong. That's what he has set out from the beginning. So when I first saw Monaka, that immediately popped into my mind, and I'm pretty sure other informed fans. And the reason I'm impressed why Toriyama fooled us so much is because I think that he knew that we would think that. He knew that we would think Monaka is such a goofy guy, and oh yeah, this is just another Toriyama convention being carried over like Dragon Ball Super has been doing with a couple other things. To completely turn that around, I felt was actually a legitimate surprise, because I was all on board with Monaka being that strong guy. Looking at Monaka's character, I felt that there was definitely something about this character that we were not being told, but I felt like a lot of other fans that he was going to transform into some beastly looking thing when he finally got to fight. Obviously, I don't think that's the direction we're going in now, but regardless of what it really was, I definitely felt there were some secrets behind what the real Monaka was really like, but I never would have suspected this.
You had those people that were speculating whether who's gonna be a god of destruction or not from, another universe or whatever, previous god of destruction, but I mean, it just shows that you can't always just know for sure with Dragon Ball. Toriyama's a very unpredictable writer, and he really did play just about the whole community here, but don't always assume that you know what's gonna happen in the story is basically the whole thing here. But we should mention Blackenfist, that this could still turn around and maybe Monaka does turn out to be strong in some way. We should mention that he did still tank a hit from Goku. We don't know how hard Goku hit him, but he's not completely weak.
Yeah, I want to keep everything in perspective here. Who knows, although I don't think it's likely, this could be a double bluff where Monaka really is as strong and maybe Whis is messing around, or who knows. But I also want to draw the parallels here because Monaka is being used like Master Roshi in the past. Master Roshi wanted to use himself as the stronger guy to motivate Krillin and Goku. Beerus and Whis want to use Monaka to motivate Goku and Vegeta, but the only difference is Monaka is not really nearly as strong to motivate these guys. So Monaka is essentially a complete joke character. He's a joke character if this is completely true. And I want to ask you about this, because this is another thing. This is just on your opinion. Are you okay with Monaka being just a joke character? This is not the first time that happened. Launch was a complete joke character. Her entire shtick was that she sneezes and she changes between these two radical personalities, and that was essentially how she was used throughout most of early Dragon Ball. And I guess she did evolve a little bit, but not much beyond that. And guess what? She was dropped off later on in Dragon Ball, but that's mainly because Toriyama forgot about her. Are you okay with Monaka being a joke character?
Yeah, I mean, it's something that I kind of expected pretty much at the beginning, so it's not really any shock to me. It's pretty easy for me to accept. We've had a few characters in Dragon Ball that fit this role, and to have one specific for Dragon Ball Super would be cool. And I would like to see more of Monaka and would like to learn about his character. I'm not saying he's just a throwaway or anything like that. It'd be cool to hear his backstory about his planet or where he came from or his race of beings, you know? And more about those nipples, because they're supposed to be strong still, remember? Maybe that was a lie as well. Maybe he's wearing a bra. I don't know.
Maybe that's a complete fabrication too. But I also want to say I agree with you. I mean, I know a lot of people are upset of the fact that Monaka is not going to be anything serious, that he's just a joke character. But quite honestly, I mean, look at this guy. Look at him. No, really, look. He is a joke. And I understand that Toriyama doesn't do this a lot. And you know what? The reason I like the fact that Monaka is a joke character is because Toriyama does in the past like to do goofy things, like make goofy characters really strong. But sometimes I like it when Toriyama does the opposite in this situation, where he went with convention, because for him, this isn't convention. This is actually something that he rarely does, which is something that you look at and you say, oh, well, come on, this guy can't be that strong, but oh, it's Toriyama. But it's exactly what you thought when you first look at him. It's something that Toriyama rarely does, and because it's something that he doesn't usually do, I accept the fact that he's a joke character, precisely because it's not conventional for Toriyama to do this. But anyway, I'll let you have the last word, Dragon Ball Nation.
Well, there's nothing else that I really need to say. I did my own little video on this. So, let us know down below your thoughts, guys, watching this video. And as always, I'd like to thank you guys all for watching and sticking with me and Blackenfist here. And I'm very gracious to be on his channel as well. And hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and we'll both catch you later.